You just heard Coach McCall say it. Who's the more desperate team? Because we know Cincinnati has to play that way. If they don't, the crowd's going to let them hear it. And Mustafa Cham picking up exactly where he left off in the UCF game. Career high 24. To Caceres, Felix Caceres, another one of these young players. And Rachi turns it over right away. This is when they're great out in space.
Big man Baba Miller takes it all the way himself. Elijah Malone inside with the left hand, rejected by Cham. Malone got it back. Loose ball.
Malone loves the shot fake. Cham just stayed down and did not go for it. Make him score over you. Now this zone is how they're going to let Cham shoot that. And he makes him pay.
There's Barrington Hargress, the lone D1 transfer, and he threw it away. 4 straight turnovers on Colorado. Harris again! As Jizzle James picks up his first personal.
You just can't make this pass. Just leave your feet. There's nothing fundamentally sound about that. Not pivoting, turning, and identifying the defense. And when this team's in trend, he usually waits about 3 to 5 minutes before he comes in. It's getting close to that. But right now, it's about just passing, catching, and being aggressive.
Hargress.
One transfer in the team. He really gives them something. He's playing with that aggression right now. His teammates have to meet it.
Whoa. Baba Miller from the rafters.
Bench, are you mentally locked into the game? Absolutely. Okay, you know what they're going to do against this pressure. Baba catches the high post. I'm going to get to the short corner. You're going to dive that.
Who misses the 3. He's averaging 14 points per game for Colorado. Miller going right at him on the offensive end. Sincere Harris with the left hand, and Bangat Dak sends it packing. Here come the Buffaloes. Sanders rejected on the other end. I believe it was Miller who got in front of him. If you're LeBron, you can.
Yeah, you definitely can. Now back to that 2-3 zone. Celestine wants to shoot it.
Jalen Celestine, the 3-point specialist, knocks one down.
And again, understanding the offense, popping out, and Bayev, it was a good job. Just whipped it right to the shooter to his right, didn't hesitate, knew where the ball was supposed to go.
Alone McKinley, that's a tough shot for the forward from Israel. They've dealt well with the varying zone defenses that Colorado has thrown their way so far. Here's Mustafa Cham and the free throw circle. Jizzle James, this is his 7th game since returning to the team on December 17th. Left before the season started due to personal reasons. They're happy to have him back as Elijah Malone.
If you're looking at it, Jizzle's struggled to make shots from 3, so we're going to pick a guy on a 2-on-1. He made the right play knowing the personnel.
Jay Thomas feeding inside. Miller drew the double team, doesn't matter. And got Dak with the left hand. That's a tough shot.
Very tough and very composed. And Miller with Miller on him. And honestly, Miller had both hands in his back. I think that could have been an and 1. They'll be ready to go, TJ Altenberger's crew in particular. But it's the best league in the country, top to bottom. So there's just so many good games, so many teams vying for position in this conference, and all put position in the NCAA tournament if they can make it.
Alone McKinley knocks down the 3 as Colorado starts chipping away here. What do they need to do in the final 5 minutes to close the gap?
I like when they're trapping out of this thing, trying to make Cincinnati play fast. Now you can't give up layups, but it's a balance right now. They take the rhythm away from Cincinnati.
First 8-0 start in school history since 1949, and it's been early season success for this young team and head coach Tad Boyle.
And learning to win is something.
2 for 9 from 3. Another turnover on Colorado, their 10th. And Jizzle finishes on the other end. 6 on the shot clock, 25 seconds on the game clock. The backdoor cut, Johnson hesitates.
Another deep post touch from Malone.
Tipped, loose ball, Johnson has it. Goes high off the glass with the left hand, nice start.
Better than we saw in the first half. Now we've stagnated yet again.
Late in the shot clock. Dak pulls up just inside the free throw line. Bangat Dak has 6 points now for Colorado.
Nice job out of the short roll. Good job by Hargress to identify him and hit him in that high post.
How about Miller? He wanted it underneath the basket.
Well, they're also missing Jalen Haynes, who hasn't played at all. The transfer from George Mason was one of the best players in the A-10 last year. And talking to Wes Miller before the game, as Day-Day hits his first field goal of the game, he was their best player in preseason. Like he was leading them in assists, and scoring, and rebounding, and then you lose him. They were building a lot around him, and then he got hurt at the end of October.
Celestine rips it away into the pocket of Jizzle. Baba Miller and 1.
And this guy's got a 7-plus foot wingspan, 6'11". He's got great hands, great understanding, good touch. This is exactly the way Cincinnati drew it up, but they can't do that on offense.
Colorado shooting just 33% from the floor, 2 of 9 from 3, until Hargress knocks that one down.
A little more strength, but he's got a lot of physical tools. As he posts up inside against Miller.
He wanted the ball there, too.
Good touch.
Inside to Mustafa Cham. Off the glass and in. It rattled off the iron, hit the backboard, and dropped. 6 Eastern on NBC and Peacock. So if you're Wes Miller...
You want to talk comebacks?
Yeah,
let's go Bears.
That's
right
true.
There.
As Dak gets his own rebound, the Sanders cleaned up the miss. Sanders thought about the 3, drives with the left hand, finishes strong at the rim. So if you're Wes Miller in Cincinnati, you know that Colorado just came back from a big deficit. How do you keep your team engaged here with a big lead?
That helps. But guys, we saw that Texas Tech as they came back on. We need to continue to play at a certain level. We exactly did in the first half. We're not doing it now.
Hargress trapped on the baseline. Dangerous pass. Underneath, Josiah Sanders, the freshman.
Cincinnati cannot stagnate offensively. They've moved so well throughout the course of this game. Good job curling the screen by Harris, looking into Cham there.
Mustafa Cham.
But if you're not going to defend, how can you, if you're not going to make shots, how do you affect the game in other ways? Defending is the key one.
Isaiah Johnson, a pull-up 3.
In the second stanza. Transition, they've been better because Cincinnati's been worse. Hey, sometimes you want to help people out. You know, you have to help her do your job.
There's Johnson. Hargress spinning. Jizzle James staying in front of him. Crowd to their feet. Johnson. 9-point lead for Cincinnati. The last time it was a single-digit margin. The score was 12-4, and Colorado cuts it to a 7-point deficit. Cincinnati has looked stagnant here offensively in the second half. Day Thomas lost it going up, somehow into the hands of Mustafa Cham, who finishes. Day Thomas just 2 points on the night.
It's a horrible shot.
Hargress like a tailback. McKaylee leaning in off the glass. Good finish by Alone McKaylee.
Wes said so many times in shoot-around, they've been flowing into offense all game except for the last 5 minutes or so.
Now it's Day off the glass with the left hand. Cincinnati trying to put a win on the board in Big 12 play for the first time this year. Boban Miller already has 20 points, make it 22. McKaylee on the offensive glass. Under 3 minutes to play. Bang got Dak. Cincinnati desperate for a win. Extra pass. Hargress for 3. Nothing but net. 7-point lead. Colorado needs to act quick. Johnson with the left hand off the glass and in.
Just a sick hesitation to go. The second free throw. You got to want to take the fight. You got to want to accept the physicality.
Last second heave from Bangad Dak. Not good. As Cincinnati wins it 77.